What's going on, football fans? Welcome back to another episode of Breaking the Birds. We'll take a look at Adoree Jackson. I made a video starting the season on Adoree Jackson against the Cowboys where he was awful. Complete awful. And as I went through the tape as the season got along, I didn't really see anything to completely change my mind on that. Some decent games, but mostly bad. Now we have a difference because against the Chargers here, he played well. Let's just say that. Good technique, consistent technique. We'll go through the tape on Adoree Jackson. Everybody played well on defense in this game. Even Adoree Jackson, and they still couldn't win. Says a lot about the game. Let's get to it. Stars aren't right here with a hitch to the bottom right here for, I believe it's Quentin Johnston. Adoree Jackson lined up in those 12 yards off. Now, last time I did a video on Adoree Jackson, I knocked him for when he's playing off. He had a tendency of always drifting back, even though he's lining up way off of the receiver. Here, he's doing a much better technique in awaiting the receiver's routes. So at the snap, he doesn't start drifting away. He's keeping his feet active, but in the same spot. So he is able to quickly bounce on the pass from Herbert and come up quickly and explosively to break up the pass. Much better technique from him here than what we saw earlier in the year. This is actually the very next snap from him right here. Down to the bottom, going against Quentin Johnston here. Going motion Keenan Allen. He's playing man on Quentin Johnston. Notice again here, 12 yards off. He's not getting too much depth. He's keeping his feet active, and then he's turning. In my opinion, maybe even turning a little bit too fast here. But again, you're going against a guy who's not as agile. So it may be on purpose in that case. Kudos to doing film study because Quentin is in full speed right here. So if he's going to turn either direction, it's gonna be more slowly. He's going to be more widened and not as hard cuts. Adoree, good speed of picking him up and running down with him down the sideline. Remember that if you want to support me, go to Buy Me Coffee, Breaking the Birds. I'll put a link in the description. Thank you to everyone who does. Let's get back to the tape. Once again, pretty good coverage here. 5 yards off at the top, playing man coverage against Johnston. He's left alone on an island there and hasn't been in pretty good coverage. Here, Eagles playing cover one man. And they're banjoing this here to the top, so Adoree ends up getting a little bit of help here on Adoree Jackson by, I believe it's Cooper DeJean before Jackson is going outside. So that helps him a little bit in terms of the coverage, but really does a good job of playing the ball here against the big-bodied target. Again, doesn't just start drifting back too much. He waits where he's going and then breaks well on the ball. Well played at the catch point. Awesome play from Jackson here. Quick strike to Quentin Johnston. They see that he's playing 9 yards off. They want to hit that quickly. It's third down, third and short. Terrific explosion. Willing to tackle here. Second and short. Willingness to tackle. Physical speed coming downhill. Really good play by Adoree. Once again, really consistent technique. Good technique here from Adoree Jackson. Lined up to the top right here in this rep. Again, notice how patient he is. They end up catching the ball here. This is really good coverage from Adoree. The back paddles a little bit here to begin with. Quick, active feet, doesn't get too much depth. And right here, that's at the break point. He's going out and deep. He's in good position to follow him wherever he's going. He goes in the most difficult spot to cover, which inside here. He's stride for stride with him. Plays the ball pretty well here at the catch point to give himself the biggest opportunity to make it incomplete. Goes right behind his hand here and caught by whoever number 9 is. Another really good route here. Really good coverage rep here from Adoree Jackson. Down here at the bottom, tricky route to defend right here. Zig route. First coming in and going, first coming out and then going inside after. Running that C and ending up inside. Again, doesn't open his hips too much. Good change of direction as he's coming back inside. Good speed with him. Takes away that inside option there for Justin Herbert on third down and 5. Because he wants to go there as he's scrambling out. He's not open. Actually, his interception is right where he has, so far, the worst technique. He's playing zone right here, okay? So he's playing deep zone right here. So obviously it's not his responsibility solely what's going on there flat underneath him. There's nobody threatening the deep space down here. So there's no reason for him to open as aggressive as he does and get as much depth as he does. Now, Jalen Phillips affects the pass so much that it becomes a wobbler up in the air, and then Adoree picks it off. And hat tip for the awareness there, or being in the right spot. But yeah, I think it's a little bit funny that on paper his best play, or the biggest impact play that he has is on the interception, is actually one where he's playing a little bit too aggressive. Again, good technique on the out route here. 10 yards off. Doesn't get too much depth to keep his feet moving quickly. Comes out well with Keenan. Downfield coverage here against Quentin Johnston. Speed turn. That actually looks pretty good here from Adoree Jackson. Waking up for a little bit of over-aggressive play right here for him. He's opening a little bit too much towards the outside right here that we saw before. And this time he's getting threatened inside instead. Really good speed turn with it here. So ideally, like in a perfect situation, though, he would go a little bit backwards here before he commits and opens up his hips. Now, he does, but again, he's aware in his speed turn to find Quentin Johnston afterwards and has tight coverage on him going inside. This time, lined up right here, going against Keenan Allen, coming across and out. Really good pickup speed here. Tracks him down as he's coming across. Again, line up that 10 yards around that. Good explosion as he's coming in. A little bit of opening there across the middle as soon as he's breaking inside, but catches up to him well as he's coming inside. Finally gives up a catch here to Keenan Allen. Lined up straight ahead of him on this one. Man coverage. Good route by Keenan Allen. Good out cut as he's coming out. We also see him, he gets a little bit more depth than what he's done on some of the other plays that we've gone through here. He starts there right in between the 20 and 15-yard line, or a little bit more tilted towards the 20. And he does open up a little bit here to the going deep before Keenan is cutting outside. That gives that little bit of separation. So there, he's opened, trying to go deep here. That's when he's cutting, so that gives him one step that he's behind. That's the difference. You see it better in this one here when he's going against the Lat McConkey down here to the bottom, who's also going on an out route. This time, much better angle that he's pursuing this going out. He's in a really good spot right here to where, as if Herbert is throwing that ball, pretty good chance that he can come out there and play it. And you see the difference in this time is that when he's getting depth, well, I'm a little bit premature. When he's getting depth right here, at no point does he open his hips 90 degrees going back. So he's always in a good position. Snappy feet, quick moving feet to break outside when the lad is going out there. Boom. Good cut, good speed. All right, this one is not pretty. So finally we found one that really isn't pretty. Going against Quentin Johnston, I believe it is, down here at the bottom, who catches him sneaking too much going deep before his cutting outside. We've seen that before as well, where the rep we saw where he's speed turning. This time, not running as fast, and Adoree is fully committed to him going deep. He's almost turned. He's about to turn 180 degrees and sprint with him, and that's when he's cutting inside. This time, not great footwork, and he completely slips and has Quentin is completely open across the middle, but defensive pressure on Justin Herbert saves the play. First down 10 going up against, I believe it's Keenan Allen at the top right here. 10 yards off coverage. I think maybe he's not expecting him to throw that, or he looks slower on this one than he does on the rest of the reps. He only gives up 5-6 yards here, so obviously not a catastrophe, and maybe he's playing more secure towards outside if he's running a double move. It just looks like he's not as fast on the break on this one.